Good morning. It is Black Friday, the 24th day of November. It's almost 7 o'clock in the morning. Doing some editing this morning. I didn't do any editing yesterday on Thanksgiving Day. I actually had some Thanksgiving Day cheer, which I probably shouldn't have. I'll be taking off for my morning walk this morning. I feel good enough to do that. 28.1 degree outside. That's Fahrenheit. That is way below freezing. All right, been at it just a couple of minutes now. Well, like 5 minutes. I am bundled up like I'm heading to the Arctic. It feels like the Arctic out here. Trying to keep up a good, healthy pace today. And it's a little difficult, but once you just get going and bound and determined to keep it up, it usually works out pretty good. You just gotta start doing things in order to do them. I've told myself that for years. You can't do anything unless you start it. It sure is getting hard to start things that I know I should be doing. It's so foggy out here today too. Okay, catching my breath. We got some clouds off there in the distance where the sun will be coming up, and there's a little bit of fog. It's not very heavy, but what is really shocking is there's a fire over there. Somebody's got a campfire going. And likely the fire department's going to be called on this, because it is illegal to have campfires in the city like that. So I'm just gonna wander over here a little ways. Yeah, with somebody right over there like that. I'm not gonna be hanging out here. So I'm not gonna even walk down here. I didn't hear anything on the frequency this morning, the depot frequency. So I don't know if they're even working today. It's Black Friday. I see what looks like all the engines. Let me put my glasses back on. Yeah, I see what looks like 4 or 5 engines parked there at the depot. So I guess they're not working, but I'm going to continue walking. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to take a different direction to come out down over there, so that'll add some mileage to my walk, and that's good. That's what I need to be doing. The whole thing is for me to be walking in the morning, not necessarily coming to the train yard, although I find it interesting. But now I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna walk around and end up down there closer. I feel really badly for that person over there, of course, being homeless and 28 degrees. The warming shelters are up and running now, and you can get into them, but not if you've been kicked out of them before. You can't be in them if you're under the influence or, you know, things like that. So that might be the reason why that person's not in one. Anyway, let's add a little bit more to this walk. It's good and healthy. We're getting some cardio in. There's something that just feels right about early morning cardio in the cold. It just feels right. Alright, I did make it home. I didn't make it back over to the train yard. I tried to access from a different area, and even before I got to it, there was a homeless guy down there being very, very loud and angry and everything, and I just turned back around and headed out of there. So I don't want to deal with anything like that. I feel like I got a major Rudolph the Red-Nosed situation going on. Oh man, I talk about cold. It was really cold. It was almost too cold to be out there this morning, but it felt good, and I got a nice little walk in, so I got some exercise. But for now, it's just time to stay in here and get warmed up and maybe have some more coffee and just relax the rest of the day. It's Black Friday. There's no way I'm going to go out anywhere near a store. I do have to go pick up some prescriptions, but I ain't going there today. It would be a madhouse there today on Black Friday. Good morning. It's Saturday, the 25th of November, 6:20 in the morning. And we are experiencing our coldest day of the year, our coldest overnight so far this year. 23.8 degrees outside. About 65 in here. Very, very cold. I'm dressed again like I'm heading to the Arctic. I'm dressed really warmly because I'm keeping the new mini split heating system turned down pretty far, because when it gets this cold outside, it's just so hard to keep the house warm that the heater just wants to run constantly. So I got it turned down to about 64 degrees, and it's okay in here. I like it cold, as you know, but it would be nice to have it turned up more, but then it just runs and runs and runs constantly. And it's important to try to keep the heating costs down. Got another hot cup of coffee, which is a good thing. Been doing a little bit of editing again this morning. I try to get a video edited every day or so. I've got some videos from the past, like this one here. This is from July, during the smoky conditions I'm going to put together. It's going to be a throwback Sunday. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave the house today. I didn't have a really good night's sleep last night, and I woke up with a pretty stiff back and a little bit of pain in my mid-back area, and I don't know what that's all about. It's not too bad, but it might be enough to keep me at home today. And with the temperature so cold, it's just no fun to get out there. If I were going on my morning walk today, I'd be leaving here in about a half an hour or so, but it's just too cold to be out walking in 23-degree Fahrenheit temperatures. So if I do that, I will do that later on in the day, and I might even take off and go on a small car trip. And again, if I do that, it's going to be later on in the day, and our high temperature is supposed to be about 40. So I hope it can get up to 40 degrees Fahrenheit today for high temperature. That would be great.